Hey, all right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the sincere apostles and elders of a great millstone who are my teachers, and peace and salutations to you brothers out there preaching this word in truth and sincerity. This is the brother Yahweh Sap with another lesson. I don't really have a title for this one yet, but hey, just going to show you how new prophecy is being solidified. I have a news clip that I want to show you. It's about a minute. 2 minute long. The original video, as you can see, is about 11 minutes long. But the first minute, man, is going to show you how Esau is about to crack down with some great wrath, man. Those draconian measures are about to take place. All right, because you got these LA protests that are going on. They're sending in the Marines, all right, or the Marines are on standby. They already sent in the National Guard. All right, we see how race wars are amping up. All right, we see these riots getting worse. All right, sedition among men. All right, these things are happening, and it's not going to slow down, man. You're only going to see these things get worse. All right, because Esau has to the so-called white man has to find a way, all right, to implement his NWO. All right, he has to find a way to implement his MOTB. All right, and the signs that we're seeing, hey, this could very well lead up to these things, man. All right, and based off of prophecy, this is how things are going to take place right before all hell breaks loose. All right, and so we're coming into the midst of Jacob's trouble because you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians, you're about to be persecuted for the things that you're doing right now, man. All right, and so it's best to prepare yourself by serving and calling upon the names of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, the true names of the one who the world calls God. All right, being Yahweh, and the one who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, whose true name is Yahweh Shai. All right, because you going out there protesting, you going out there trying to fight against the system, it's not going to work, man. All right, Esau has it carnally. All right, the best thing to do is to call upon the names of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Hey, but according to prophecy, we know that's not going to happen. Only a select few are going to do those things. All right, and while all this is happening, all right, you're going to see more and more chaos erupt. All right, and it's not just going to be in LA, man. It's going to be all throughout America. All right, because the whole reason why these protests are going on, all right, is because of these ICE agents going in people's jobs, going into the courthouses, man, taking people, deporting them, all right, ripping them from their families, all right, leaving the children at home alone without the parents. All right, so Jake is fed up, and we see how it's starting heavy with the Northern Kingdom, right? And best believe these things are going to lead into the Southern Kingdom, all right? And it's going to amp up these race wars more and more, pertaining to Isaiah 19, as we're about to get. These things are only going to get worse, all right? And so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and let a few minutes of this video play, and then we'll get into some scriptures.
Immigration raids have led to arrests in both Los Angeles and San Francisco. Cars were set on fire, flashbangs and tear gas were used to disperse crowds. Parts of a major freeway were shut down. This morning marks the fourth day of protests. You're seeing some of those self-driving cars on fire. Right now, all of downtown LA has been declared an unlawful assembly area. President Trump.
And you hear that? All of downtown LA has been declared an unlawful assembly, man. So that's if LA is huge. That's a huge area, So just keep these things in mind.
Trump called up the National Guard to protect federal personnel and property. It's the first time a president has done this without a state's request or consent in about 60 years.
Are you prepared to invoke the Insurrection Act?
Depends on whether or not there's an insurrection. No, but you have violent people, and we're not going to let them get away with it. I think that you're going to see some very strong law and order.
Hey, you hear that? There's going to be some very strong law and order, man. So we know that Esau, he's getting ready to crack down. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get into some scriptures real quick, man. I want to start off in the book of Revelation, chapter 12. All right, and jumping down right to the point in verse 12, and it reads, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." And in this is a perfect segue into the MOTB, which we identified to be the mark of the RFID hip. So like so these things, this is what it's leading up to. All right, and we see he's getting ready to crack down with those draconian measures, which if you don't know what the draconian measures are, let me go ahead and grab it for you. All right, and then we're also going to grab what the Insurrection Act is as well. That way you know. But the draconian measures are excessively harsh, severe, or cruel laws, punishments, or rules often seen as unfair or oppressive. The term originates from Draco, an ancient Athenian lawgiver who was known for the harsh penalties he prescribed, including death for even minor offenses. And so these are going to be very harsh laws that are going to come into effect, all right, because of the things that you're seeing going on right now. All right, and so I want to grab insurrection. So like you. All right, so the Insurrection Act of 1807 is a U.S. federal law that empowers the presidents of the U.S. to nationally deploy the U.S. military and to federalize the National Guard units of the individual. Let me see if I can grab the rest. Or matter of fact, so like you. It says the Insurrection Act is a U.S. federal law that allows the presidents to deploy the military within the U.S. to suppress insurrection or domestic violence and enforce the law in certain circumstances. It's a key exception to the Posse Comitatus Act, which generally prohibits military involvement in civilian law enforcement. The Insurrection Act is not a single law, but rather a collection of statutes enacted over time, starting with the Calling Forth Act of 1792 and now codified in sections 251 through 255 of Title 10 of the U.S. Code. All right. And so the purpose, it says the Insurrection Act empowers the president to use military force to address situations where the ordinary judicial process is unable to enforce federal laws due to insurrection, domestic violence, unlawful combination, or conspiracy. And so these things, he's going to use the military to force you citizens into subjection, man. All right. And it's not going to be a light thing. It's not going to stop. If you think it's just going to stop in LA, you're wrong, man. It's going to, there's protests not just happening in LA. There's protests happening all over America, man. All right. It may not be as bad as what's happening in LA right now, but best believe once you see the military get enforced over there, all right, it's only going to get worse. Okay. And so from here, I want to grab the book of Isaiah chapter 19. Oh, matter of fact, let me grab it in the NLT. All right, because these things, all right, are going to take place. This is what's prophesied. And the Heavenly Father, his word is not going to return unto him void. All right. And so reading it in the NLT, Salakia, it says this. Let me see. Salakia. Trying to zoom in, Salakia. All right, Salakia. All right, I'll just go ahead and read it. It said in the KJV, it says, the burden of Egypt, behold. Let me see. I have to screenshot this real quick. All right, it says this. I'm going to read it in NLT. This message came to me concerning Egypt. It says, look, Yahweh is advancing against Egypt, riding on a swift cloud. The idols of Egypt tremble. The hearts of the Egyptians melt with fear. And so that's right, man. And they're fearing because they see everything that's taking place right now. It says, I will make Egyptian fight against Egyptian, brother against brother, neighbor against neighbor, city against city, province against province. The Egyptians would lose heart, and I will confuse their plans. They will plead with their idols for wisdom and call on spirits, mediums, and those who consult the spirits of the dead. I will hand Egypt over to a hard, cruel master. A fierce king will rule them, says Yahweh, the Lord of heaven's armies. And so that's right. And so, that's right, man. And that fierce king we know to be so far, it's going to be that guy Trump. All right. And it's only going to get worse, man. These things are only going to get worse. All right. These race wars, these tensions that you're seeing happening with these riots. All right. It's only going to get worse, and things are going to escalate, man. It's not just going to stop here. All right. Just speaking as a man through the spirit. All right. And so I'm going to let a few more, maybe a minute or two longer for this video to play. And then I have a short clip I want to show you as well.
500 active duty Marines are also prepared to deploy. The entire National Guard situation is setting up a showdown with California's governor. He claims the president is putting fuel on the fire. The mayor of Los Angeles accused the president of being heavy-handed.
When you raid Home Depot and workplaces, when you tear parents and children apart, and when you run armored caravans through our streets, you cause fear and you cause panic.
For every single minute that we were here resisting against the Border Patrol, that was time that they were not out deporting people in our community.
I want to buy your house. I can pay you cash for your house no matter what condition it's in.
But President Trump is urging LA's police chief to bring in the troops right now. Police say at least 27 people were arrested Sunday, most of those on the 101 freeway that police shut down. They say protesters threw things onto the road and damaged police cars. Also overnight, a large crowd protested against ICE in San Francisco. About 60 people were arrested there. Joining me now, CNN's senior national security analyst, Juliette Kayyem. Juliette, I want to start with some of the history here, because you've pointed out that usually a president can federalize the National Guard, for instance, when a governor requests those resources. When a governor says, look, I'm overwhelmed. I think back to the LA riots, also Hurricane Katrina. Based on what you've observed, is that where we were?
Yes, I mean this is a big distinction of what Donald Trump did. There's a series of cases coming out of desegregation when a governor defied a Supreme Court order and the president federalized the National Guard to get children into the school. So that's a pool of those cases. More recently, instances where a governor has requested additional federal support in the form of federalized National Guard assets or troops. That has always been with the cooperation of the governor and the federal government. So Hurricane Katrina, you exactly noted, and the LA riots in the past, a Republican governor and a Democratic mayor of Los Angeles both requested this from the president, and they were deployed. I want to say something clear, though. Simply because they're deployed doesn't mean it's been successful. I am in this field. The LA riots deployment of federalized National Guard was considered chaotic and not very successful.
Can you get into that more? We have heard this argument that it can, in some cases, actually we've heard from the governor, I think, can inflame or kind of further fuel backlash. What are you seeing?
Yeah, so this is it's hard to determine what the White House is doing right now. The president and his team came on very strong on Saturday, using words like insurrection. I think getting people really hyped up about what was going to be happening. Then there was a delay, and now there's a couple hundred troops that are protecting federal buildings. That's an important mission. It could have been done with state National Guard. You didn't need to put them under the president or Secretary Hegseth. And the reason why you don't do that is because state National Guard work regularly with state police and local police for crowd control, games. The LA is going to be hosting the Olympics. Think of a marathon or a big event. This is happening all the time. So there's training, there's understanding, there's what we call interoperability. The different teams can communicate with each other. When you bring a new entity in, there's no training, there's no cooperation, there's often chaos, and there's a higher probability of friendly fire. This is what happened in the LA riots, is that there was there were 2 instances in which there was almost friendly fire. So we do this to protect, or we don't do this in order to protect the troops and as well as the first responders.
Juliette Kayyem, CNN senior national security analyst, thank you. President Trump has deployed the National Guard to Los Angeles, and that's raised urgent questions about how far the White House will go to enforce its immigration crackdown and how far states can go in resisting. President Trump posted on Truth Social that, quote, order will be restored, the illegals will be expelled, and Los Angeles will be set free. The Trump administration is singling out California Governor Gavin Newsom's response to the protests as its main reason for getting involved.
If he was doing his job, then people wouldn't have gotten hurt the last couple of days. Governor Newsom has proven that he makes bad decisions. The president knows that he makes bad decisions, and that's why the president chose the safety of this community over waiting for Governor Newsom to get some sanity.
And the White House's border czar, Tom Homan, is threatening to arrest anyone getting in the way of immigration enforcement, including Newsom, who says he's ready for a fight.
The fear, the horror, the hell is this guy? Come after me, arrest me. Let's just get it over with. Tough guy.
Hey, man. So, a lot is about to take place. All right. A lot is about to go down. All right. You can really watch, the rest on your own. But I want to go ahead and get into a couple more scriptures. All right. Because we see how Satan is being cast against Satan. All right. And a civil war is about to break forth. Martial law. All right. Race wars, riots. These things are already happening. All right, and it's only going to intensify. So this is the book of Mark chapter 3, and I'm going to start at verse 24. It says, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. And so that's right. So we know that we are at the end of Esau's kingdom based off of everything that we're seeing, man. You see him Elon against Trump, these LA riots that are taking place, they're stepping in, overstepping the mayor, I believe he is, or the governor. They're overstepping him, taking action into their own hands, man. All right. And so we know that Esau, he's getting ready to crack down with that great wrath, man. And so it's a beautiful time to be alive, because this signifies that our salvation is right around the corner. All right. And so, let me see. I had another scripture in mind. Let me see. Man, it's like you hate when that happens. All right, let me grab this in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and jumping down to verse 14, and it reads, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And this is taking place, man. We're already in these times, okay? And so it says in verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And that's right. And if you don't know, that word sedition pretty much means civil unrest, them fighting against the government. And that's what we're already seeing happening right now, and these things are only going to escalate. Okay. And so I have one more clip that I want to show you. All right. And this is going to show you how intensified these things are becoming. All right. And so you're very soon, man, you're going to be seeing more and more clips like these. All right. To the point to where you're going to have these different races fighting against each other. Okay.
He's a fucking white nationalist. F this guy. You're not fucking bitch.
Don't touch the camera.
Fucking bitch. I know.
Hey.
You're fucking bitch.
I don't do anything.
Get the fuck out of here. I know you fucking do. You fucking white nationalist motherfucker.
How?
I know who the f you are. You fucking Republican bitch.
Bro, you don't need to put it. This is one of them. They're gonna get it.
I don't give a f. I'm gonna fucking punch you in his fucking face. You fucking little faggot.
What did I do?
You know what the f you do?
What did I do?
You know you antagonize people? Oh. your fucking bitch ass up.
No, I'm
Get
not
the
doing
fuck out of
anything.
here. Get the fuck out of here. Just like the cops. Get the fuck out of
Hey,
here.
I have a right to be here just like you.
Yeah, so do we, motherfucker.
Okay, I'm
So
not-
why are the cops here? You're a fucking cop. That's what you
I'm not
fucking
the
are.
cop.
Yeah, you are. You fucking
How am I a
asshole.
cop?
You want to fucking steal that shit? You want to get the fuck
Get out of here, bro.
What? I'm fucking cornered, you little bitch. Are you scared?
I'm not scared.
Fucking faggot.
What'd I do?
You're a little fucking bitch. I fucking see you on fucking line. Always
Okay.
fucking antagonizing right-wing fucking ideology, motherfucker. This is our fucking land, you fucking bitch. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Dude, I have a right to be here.
I don't give a fuck. Not today. I'm the fucking police. I'm telling you not to be here, motherfucker.
Well, I want to be here.
Well, I'm fucking telling you not to be here. Get the fuck
Get
out
out of
here.
my
You walking
way.
towards the cops, you fucking little faggot.
Get out of
Fucking
here.
little fucking asshole. I know you are, you fucking right-wing motherfucker. You're a little fucking bitch.
I have a right to be here just like you.
Well, I'm gonna be right next to you the whole fucking time.
Okay.
Fucking high as hell, you little faggot. Fucking bitch. No, this guy's a fucking. He's a fucking white nationalist. Fuck this guy. You're a little fucking bitch.
Don't touch the camera.
Fucking bitch. I know.
Hey.
Hey, and so there you have it, man. You know, we can see how racial tensions are getting worse. All right, we can see how law enforcement is about to crack down. All right, we can see that Trump, all right, being that cruel, that fierce king, he's not playing any games, man. Especially with you tribes, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians. All right, and so things are only going to escalate, as I keep saying. And hey, we're in those times, man. You know, so now it's high time to awake out of sleep and continue to measure the time diligently. All right, and know that the Heavenly Father is about to send judgment upon this place. But with that judgment also comes our salvation. All right, for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, North American Indians, you true biblical Israelites. All right, moreover, the elect in that 1/3, because we know, pertaining to prophecy, that 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off and die because of their wickedness, man. So, it's high time to awake. All right, start calling upon the names of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai and Lord's will. We're not only called, but we're chosen, and we get saved up out of this place, man. And so, with that being said, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory once again unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Until the next time I say Shalom.